Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric, my co-host Mr. Brody. He's around. He's not in his seat, but he's around. And as promised, we're going to do another game tonight. A game from June 30th, the second game of a three-game set with the Baltimore Orioles. So if you haven't checked out the last game, check that one out. That was a thriller in the end. Game number 74. This is game number 75. In which Louis Tiant will go up against the Red Sox against Mike Flanagan from the Baltimore Orioles. So let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Play ball. So as you can see here, well, if you watch the last game, you can see that the Oriole defense is quite different than it was in the last game. Harlow's at center and Kelly's in right. Sensei is back at third, and Dempsey is behind the plate. Of course, Flanagan on the mound. Those are the changes for the Orioles. Much different looking defense than last night. So anyway, still looking like a Yankee Stadium backdrop here. I haven't gotten around to changing it, but not a big deal. Anyway, it's an average night at Memorial Stadium, as you can see. Not much chance here on the ballpark check of singles or home runs. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. So doubles, a lot less doubles, and definitely a lot less triples. So extra base hits in general, a lot lower at Memorial Stadium. So Mike Flanagan is on the mound. He comes in with a record of 8-7, 19-15 on the actual season. So pretty close to those, halfway there almost. And let's see, 3.50 ERA, 144 innings pitched, 135 hits allowed, 46 walks and 91 strikeouts, and has surrendered 12 home runs. For the Boston Red Sox, pretty standard lineup there. Although Kyle Yastrzemski has the day off, it looks like. So Rick Burleson, the shortstop, will bat first. Jerry Remy, the second baseman, bats second. Jim Rice is the left fielder, batting third. And with Yastrzemski out, Carlton Fisk will bat cleanup and catch. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Fred Lynn. George Scott is your first baseman, batting sixth. Dwight Evans, the right fielder, bats seventh. Bob Bailey, yay, in a DH, batting 8th. Always a treat to see him. And Frank Duffy is at third base, which I'm actually glad to see, batting 9th. No Butch Hobson either. So the Red Sox have some changes in their lineup as well. So alright, so Rick Burleson comes up. He's hitting .276 with a homer and 28 runs batted in. Flanagan looks in for the sign from Dempsey. Here's the windup and the pitch. Going to be a walk, so Burleson draws a leadoff walk to begin the game. So next up will be Jerry Remy. He's hitting .294 with a homer and 22 runs batted in. And it'll be off the 5 column of Flanagan. And Remy will ace a single, so the first 2 base runners are on, and we'll hold him at second. With nobody out. So that'll put runners on first and second for Jim Rice. Rice hitting .331 on the season with 25 homers and 67 runs batted in. And it's going to be off the 6th call. It's going to be a ground ball to second. Only one play over to first as the runners move up. So I put runners on second and third with one out for Carlton Fisk. Fisk comes in hitting .327 with 11 homers and 42 runs batted in. So RBI opportunity for Fisk early on here. And this is going to be a range check on Belanger, who is almost automatic. Will commit a few errors, but gets in front of most everything. And he gets in front of it. He will throw over to first, so Burleson will come home. So it's an RBI ground out for Fisk, and the Red Sox are on top 1-1. So it'll bring up Fred Lynn with a runner in third and 2 down. Lynn comes in hitting .290 with 15 homers and 52 runs batted in. And this is going to be off the 3 column. Not Lynn's best column as he grounds out to Murray at first to end the inning. So after 1/2 inning, it's Boston 1 and the Orioles coming up. So Louis Tiant is on the mound. He's got a record of 4-4. Actually came into this game in the actual season with a 7-0 record. So not faring as well in the replay. 13-8 on the actual season. ERA of 5.33, so 2 runs behind his ERA of 3.31 for the actual season. 73 innings pitched, 76 hits allowed, 33 walks and 45 strikeouts, and has surrendered 8 home runs. So the Oriole lineup is as follows. Larry Harlow, the center fielder, bats first. Rich Dower, the second baseman, will bat next. Batting third will be the right fielder today, Pat Kelly. Batting cleanup, Eddie Murray, the first baseman. Terry Crowley is the DH today, batting fifth. Third baseman, Doug DeCences, is back in the lineup sixth. Alvin Mora, the left fielder, bats seventh. Rick Dempsey is behind the plate batting eighth. And Mark Belanger, the shortstop, will bat ninth. So Larry Harlow comes in hitting .261 with 4 homers and 28 runs batted in. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's off the 5 column of Tiant. And that will be a pop-up to Remy at second. He makes the catch, waiting for it. And there's Mr. Brody come back to join us here. Enjoying his ice cream treat on a cold night. He enjoys his Frosty Paw type treats. They're not actually Frosty Paws. They're some other brand, but Mr. Brody enjoys it. So next, I had some ice cream too, so. Next up will be Rich Dower with 1 down. Dower comes in hitting .283 with a homer and 21 runs batted in. And he's going to get a good one to hit off this 2 column. And this one's going to go a long way, and it's going to go off the top of the wall, almost out of here, but not quite. And Dower will end up at second with a double. Much to the delight of the Oriole fans. So runner on second with 1 down for Pat Kelly. Pat Kelly is hitting .235 with 3 homers and 14 runs batted in so far this season. And he's going to get a good pitch hit also. But he'll miss it and strike out. So Tiant gets him for out number 2. 2 down now to runner on first. Eddie Murray, he had a big day last game. 3 runs batted in for him, including a home run. His 11th of the season. And it's going to be off the 4 column. And Tiant will get him swinging. So Tiant with back-to-back Ks to end the inning. So after 1 full, it's Boston 1 and Baltimore nothing. So that'll bring up George Scott, the first baseman. He's hitting .259 with 7 homers and 21 runs batted in. And he'll line out the Dower at second for out number 1. So this is pretty exciting. We've gone to the month of June, which is probably the furthest I've gotten in a replay. But now that I've started to do my replays on YouTube and everything starting this year, I definitely am getting a lot further into the seasons, which is good. A lot of my replays are either in late May or June now, so, well, mid-May or actually late May, I guess you could say. Inside Pitch, I'm in late May of the 67 season. This one we're here in late June. And in Digital Diamond, I'm in June well, end of May, but I'm having some issues with that, so with the file download, so see if I can fix that. But so yeah, and also too with my National Pastime 3, I haven't done a video for that too, because for some reason I'm getting an error every time I go to start that game up, so I gotta find out what's up with that. But anyway, in the 1977 season, I'm with Out of the Park. I think that game is actually, those games are going to go pretty fast. So won't be long probably before I'm in May and June in Out of the Park for the 1977 season too. So lots of good stuff happening. I'm going to be mixing in some other sports too with that. With some, definitely like to get some hockey in. I've been playing some hockey off camera, but inside the crease. Same makers of Inside Pitch, and maybe some inside the crease. I mean, inside the paint basketball too. So, I'd like to get some of that, as well as some. I know I haven't done any tabletop in a while, but I'd like to get some of that in, especially with the cold New England months here. I'll definitely have some time to do that, and some empty weekends and stuff in order to fill those with some great simulation baseball and other sports. So alright, so next up will be Dwight Evans. He comes up with 1 down and here in the second. Evans comes in hitting .267 with 12 homers and 39 runs batted in. And this is going to be off the 6th call. And that will be a fly ball range check to left field. Moore is below average 4, so 1 to 11 will be a base hit. And he just gets the hit there as it falls in front of Moore for a 1-out single for Evans. So to bring up the infamous Bob Bailey. Bob Bailey hitting .175. He hasn't played in a while. He usually only starts against the lefties, as he's horrendous against the righties. And he's a walk machine against lefties, as you can see here. Hoping to at least get a lefty here. At least get a walk here. It's gonna be off of the 3 column, and just like that, Bob Bailey draws a walk, which is as good as he gets with Bob Bailey. So I bet runners on first and second with 1 out. Frank Duffy getting a start today. He's had a great year so far, hitting .407 in the time he's gotten to play in 27 at-bats. A couple of doubles and 9 runs batted in. See if he can get himself an RBI here. It's going to be off the 5 column of Flanagan. And he'll get under 1 and pop it up to Belanger. So that will not get it done. Orioles pitching coach Ray Miller is out to talk to Flanagan. Goes back in the dugout. And I'll bring the top of the order Burleson, who walked his first time up. See if he can help extend the Red Sox lead here. And it's going to be off the 5 column. And Burleson will deliver as this one goes up over Harlow's head all the way to the wall. 1 run comes in. Are we going to send Bailey home? I think we got it. We're going to send Bailey home. Here we go. And they cut off the throw and they allow Bailey to score, thankfully. As Bailey must have looked really good chugging around that third base line there. But Burleson gets himself a 2-run double, and the Red Sox now have a 3-0 lead. So the Rem Dog up now. He singled his first time up. Another one off the 5 column of Flanagan. And this time Remy will strike out. But the Red Sox add to the lead and now lead at 3-0 after 1.5. So DH stay Terry Crowley up now. He's hitting .292 with 3 runs batted in. Off the 4 column of Tiant. And this will be a fly ball to Rice and left. He's a 3 range. And he gets in front of it. And he will make the catch. The first out of this second. So 1 down in the Orioles second. Let's check out some scores here. Detroit leads the Yankees. That's good news. 1-0. Cleveland, Toronto are scoreless. Wise battling Garvin. Texas and California are scoreless. Umbarger battling Aussie. Kansas City leads Oakland 1-0, and Milwaukee will lead Seattle 2-1. And I think what I'm going to do at the All-Star break is I am going to probably I've been throwing around starting the National League for Strat-o-matic 1978. Maybe playing a few games from that. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with that, but I'd like to get in Strat-o-matic. They divide the American and National League into 2 different files, so you play the American League and the National League separately. I have not started in the 78 season there, but there are some teams I'd like to try out. Like the Braves and the Expos and possibly the Dodgers and the Giants, and I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that yet. I think what I may do is I may do something like that, similar to what I do with the 67 season for inside pitch. Is I may play probably 1 game per day for the in the National League. That way you get a flavor for all the teams in the National League. So hopefully, if the Red Sox can advance to the World Series, you'll have some idea of what some of the players are in the 78 teams, or I'm sure there are fans, as I am, some of a bunch of the National League players. So we'll be able to showcase a little bit of that. So I'll probably start a National League series. I may not even wait until the All-Star break. I may start that as early as possibly this weekend. So we'll see. But that was definitely something I wanted to get into the works and add a little variety to this 1978 replay, because all you're seeing is American League teams. I'd like to definitely, I'm itching to try some National League teams there. So we'll see. So look out for that. So lots of good stuff happening on the channel here. And the videos, we'll get more videos as we go on. And right now we're almost at I think we're close to 450 videos, a little bit below that. Which we've been only on the air since I think mid to late January. So we're averaging over a video a day, close to 1.5 to 2 videos a day. So that's kind of cool. Definitely enjoy this, as Mr. Brody does too. Wouldn't be able to do it without him and Miss Mags. So alright, so enough of that. So let's see, second inning, 1 down for Doug DeSenseis. DeSenseis comes in hitting .286 with 9 homers and 34 runs batted in. And it's going to be off the 1 column. So DeSenseis will ground out to Burleson to throw over to first for out number 2. So 2 quick outs in the Baltimore second. Red Sox desperately need a win today after dropping yesterday's game and losing 5 out of their last 6 games. So Andres Mora up now. Mora comes in hitting .280 with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. And after this video, we'll be doing a summary video for the month of June in the next couple of days, maybe as early as tomorrow. So we'll compare, see how the Red Sox fared in the month of June to their actual season, and we'll compare May to June and see how they are, and see how they compare to the actual season as well as to each other. We'll see. So we'd love to definitely finish the month of June out with a win also. Another motivation to get a win today. So, alright, so it's going to be off the 2 column of Mora. Mora hitting .280 with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. And he will pop one up to Burleson, who will also make another catch for out number 3. So after 2 forwards, 3-0 Boston. Jim Rice grounded out his first time up. And he'll get a good one to hit here. It's been a little while since he's hit a home run. And it'll go a little bit longer as he just misses one here. And Mora will make the catch. Make a diving catch for out number 1. So that'll bring up Fisk. He had an RBI ground out his first time up to put the Red Sox on the board in the first. Getting a chance to bat cleanup today. This is going to be a ground ball to DeSenseis at third. And it's going to go through. So DeSenseis, who has good range, is unable to get to this one. Fisk will be on with a 1-out single. So Fisk now has an 11-game hitting streak according to Strat-o-matic. And Mr. Brody. So Fred Lynn up now with Fisk on first and 1 down. Fisk grounded out. Lynn grounded out his first time up. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Dower at second. Gets in front of it. And, we got a rare play here. Let's see what's going to happen here. Back to second for 1, back to first, double play. Wait, the umpire is pointing. So interference. Interference is called on Fisk at second. And it's a double play, 4-6-3. And that'll do it for the Red Sox in the third. It'll be Dempsey, Belanger, and Harlow up for the Orioles. Dempsey comes in hitting .310 on the season, 200 at-bats, 4 homers and 26 runs batted in. It'll be off the Tiant's 4 column. And that is going to be a lead-off double between the left center field. So lead-off double for the Orioles. Brings up Belanger. Belanger's batting 9th today after batting first yesterday. Belanger hitting just .208 with 15 runs batted in. And Belanger's going to get himself a single to left. Let's see if they send Dempsey. Yep, Dempsey comes in to score, and Belanger's got himself his 16th RBI of the year, matching his total for the season. So the Orioles are on the board now, 3-1 Boston. Brings up top of the order. Harlow popped out his first time up. And he'll lace a single up the middle. The Orioles are in business this inning. Brings up Dower, doubled his first time up. And he's going to get himself a single, so... And let's see here. We are going to... Lead runner. He's going to go. We get a 40% chance of throwing him out, so we're going to try to throw him out. Aggressive base running. And we're going to let the ball fly through for a play at home. Belanger's going to try to score. No cutoff. And he comes around to score. So it's 3-2 game now. Runners on second and third. Still nobody out. It's too early to play the infield in. We're just going to play back. Should we? No, we're going to play the infield in. Let's play the infield in. We're going to play the infield. So Kelly up now. Struck out his first time up. Red Sox could really use a strikeout here. And it's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. Looks Harlow back to third and fires to Scott, so that worked there, as we have 1 down now. I think we're going to... Eddie Murray up now, though. Yeah, we'll bring it in again for... Infield's going to play in again. Trying to cut the run off at home. Trying to keep it a 3-2 game. Here's the windup and the pitch, and it's going to be off the 6th column. It's going to be a ground ball to Remy. 2 range. He's able to get in front of it. Oh, but reboots it. As the throw pulls Scott out first. That will be the tying run home. And I'll put runners at the corners. So it'll be an error on Remy. It'll be an unearned run for the Orioles. But a run nonetheless. Alright, so infield playing back in double play depth. And that's going to be a double over the head of Lynn. That'll score Dower. Let's see if they're going to send Murray. Oh, they'll hold Murray at third, and the Orioles take a 4-3 lead, scoring 4 runs here in the bottom of the third. Still only 1 out. And this is going to be a fly ball to Rice. Let's see if it's deep enough to score Murray. And it is, as the Orioles now take a 5-3 lead as they've had a big third inning here. It'll be at Mora. And he strikes him out. And not before the Orioles put up a 5 spot and take a 5-3 lead. So the Red Sox find themselves trailing for the first time today, after having a 3-run lead coming into the inning. So Flanagan now has a lead. He'll face Scott first, who lined out his first time up. And good start as Scott lines a single. Brings up Evans. Evans singled his first time up. And he strikes out looking. So 1 on and 1 out for Bob Bailey. Bailey is going to hit one to center field. Let's see if Harlow can get to this one. 1-2-6 will be a hit. And he'll get in front of it, and he will make the catch. So Bailey is retired for out number 2. So they'll bring in Frank Duffy. Average dip below 400 now with that pop out in the second. And he'll fly out to Moore and left to end the inning. So the score remains Baltimore 5 and Boston 3 going into the bottom of the 4th. Gonna bring up Dempsey. He got it all started last inning with a double. And he's gonna hit one to Duffy. So 1 Harper out as he throws over to Scott. Belanger got himself an RBI single, his 16th of the season. And Belanger will have his second hit of the day. So 1 down and 1 out. And 1 down and 1 on for Harlow. 1 for 2 with a single. And Belanger's going to try to stretch his lead. Fires over to Scott, and he's back safely on a close call. So 1 out and 1 on. And he'll line out to Scott. Belanger just gets in under the tag. 2 down now for Dowers. 2 for 2 on the day. Has himself an RBI. And he'll get a good pitch to hit here. And it's going to hit a ground ball to Burleson. Flips over to Remy. Actually, nope. He decides to go to first. A long way. But gets the final out of the inning. And still and the Orioles up by 2 going into the 5th. It'll be Burleson, Remy, and Rice. Burleson's got himself a double with a couple of RBIs today. And he's going to fly out to Moore and left for out number 1. So that'll bring up Remy. Remy 1 for 2. Single back in the first. And he'll make it 1 for 3 as he flies out to Harlow in center. So 2 down now. The base is empty for Rice. 0 for 2. And he'll get a hold of one here. This could go, and it's falls underneath the warning track, so didn't have quite enough on that one. Rice thought it was gone when he first hit it, but not so. So halfway through, it's Baltimore 5 and Boston 3. So that'll bring up Pat Kelly 0 for 2. Struck out in the first and grounded out in the third. And he'll hit a deep one out to Evans. And it might be, no, he catches it on the warning track. So a lot of balls getting close to going out, but as the wind is blowing in, As you can see, it's very hard to hit a home run out of Memorial Stadium. It's proving to be so tonight. So Murray up now. He reached on an error, scoring a run back in the third and struck out in the first. And this time he'll ground out to Scott. He'll take it himself for out number 2. Terry Crowley 1 for 2 with a double. Got an RBI, and this time he strikes out to end inning. So Tiant has a clean inning. And after 5 full, it's 5-3 5-3 Baltimore. Flanagan's up to 76 pitches here through 5, so his pitch count is pretty high. So he probably won't last too much longer. Red Sox would like to knock him out here. And Fisk gets hit by a pitch, so good start to the inning. It seems like he's okay. So that'll bring up Fred Lynn. He's grounded out twice. And this time he'll pop up to Murray at first. Routine catch from Murray. The first out of the Red Sox 6th. That'll bring up George Scott, 1 for 2 with a single. And he'll draw a walk. So that'll put runners on first and second with 1 down for Dewey Evans. Evans 1 for 2. And it's called strike 3. So 2 down now. So it'll be up to Bob Bailey if they're going to continue the inning here. So Bob Bailey in a clutch at bat here. See what he can do here. And it's going to be off of his 3 column. And Bob Bailey will once again walk, doing what he does best against the lefties, to load the bases. So bases loaded now for Frank Duffy. He's due 0 for 2 on the season, on the night so far. Oh, he's going to get a good one to hit here, hopefully. Oh, and you cannot do it as he gets just underneath it, and Belanger makes the catch. So the Red Sox leave the bases loaded in the 6th and trail it still by 2 going into the bottom of the 6th. Mr. Brody is disgusted. Mr. Brody's had enough tonight. We'll see if he comes back. So Mr. Brody has not been happy with the Red Sox set so far in this month of June, especially the last couple of weeks. So Doug DeSensei is up now. We'll lead it off for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 6th. Tiant will get him swinging. Tiant's 5th K of the day. Brings up Mora. 1 down. And this will be a ground ball to Burleson at short. Fires over to Scott for out number 2. Dempsey 1 for 2 with a double. And he'll hit a Baltimore chop. So a Baltimore Oriole hits a Baltimore chop for a single, appropriately. So Belanger having himself a rare multiple hit day, 2 for 2 with an RBI. Dempsey will not steal, I don't think. Now with 2 down. And they finally get Belanger 2 for 3 on the day now as he strikes out to end the inning. Through 6 full, the Red Sox trail by 2. Burleson. Oh, Burleson might get a good one to hit here. And he'll get his 2nd hit of the day. This time a single up the middle. So the leadoff runner on for the Red Sox. Jerry Remy 1 for 3 on the day. And he's going to lace a single. So back-to-back hits to start the 7th. So the tying runs are on for the Red Sox. Burleson moves to 3rd and runners at the corners with nobody out. For Jim Rice, hitless on the day so far. Not that dreaded 2 column. And he's going to hit one to the Senseis, over to second for 1, back to first, and they turn 2. Run will come home though, no RBI in the play. So it's a 5-4 game now, but 2 down. For Carlin Fisk, 1 for 2 with an RBI. And so drop in foul territory. And this time, on the next pitch, he'll lace a single. So Flanagan up to 113 pitches, still in there. So the tying run is on base now for Fred Lynn, 0 for 3. Lynn would like to hit one out of here. And instead, he hits one to Kelly in right. Not deep enough. He'll make the catch to end the inning, but the Red Sox dip into the lead and now only trail it by 1. So Mr. Brody's 7th inning stretch question. What player was known as the walking man for his ability to get walks? 7th most in history in spite of not being a home run hitter. I don't know about that one. Alright, so lock in your answers. I don't know. I'm going to say Pete Rose. We'll see who that is. Eddie Yost. Eddie Yost walked 1,614 times in 18 years, but hit only 139 home runs. Eddie Yost used to be a coach for the Red Sox. Isn't he a manager now for somebody else? I think he might be. Anyway, it's a good trivia question there. So Eddie Yost is the answer to today's trivia question. Hopefully that will be in the Red Sox some favor here. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, with the Red Sox now only down by 1. Tiant back on the hill. Let's see what the Red Sox have going in their bullpen. Nobody yet, as Tiant actually pitched a complete game. In a 10 inning, he pitched 10 innings in the actual game, getting the loss. So we know it's definitely not going to be Ripley today after yesterday's performance. May not pitch Ripley again this year. Hopefully not. Alrighty, Larry Harlow will lead it off for the Orioles here in the 7th. Tiant with the windup in the pitch. And this is going to be a leadoff double for Harlow. So that is going to be it for Tiant. As Zimmer comes to take him out. Let's see, who do we want to bring in here? Who is warming up? Guess we'll have to bring Stanley here. 1 and 2, 11 saves, 3.63 ERA, 57 innings pitched, 66 hits, 16 walks and 18 strikeouts, 3 homers. Gower's going to go with a hit and run. Fred Lynn plays to his left, and he'll play it on a hop. As that'll bring the run home. So 1 pitch, and Stanley, 5 pitches. Stanley lets up another run. Oh, they're awful. And he gets a strikeout here, so Stanley gets a strikeout, amazingly. There are some scores there as the Yankees are, and good news is the Yankees are getting beat by Detroit 8-2. And Seattle is ahead of Milwaukee 8-4. So if the Red Sox score remains the same, the Red Sox will not lose any ground at least. Things will remain as they started. Murray up now. And he'll ground one. Burleson. So Stanley with minimal damage. That's actually a good outing for him. Even though he did allow a base hit to score another run. And they turn 2. So we head to the 8th. The Red Sox now down by 2. Flanagan out there for inning number 8. Up to 115 pitches. And Scott will ground out to Belanger for out number 1. As we're getting a bit hoarse here from calling our 3rd game of the day. Well, 2nd game here, and I did actually record another video which I realized did not record for American Truck, Euro Truck Simulator, which did not record for some reason off of Steam. But so yeah, so we're pretty hoarse by now. I was gonna do possibly another game from 1905 Action PC Baseball featuring the New York Giants, but I think this may be it, as my throat is very scratchy now, so we'll probably end with this tonight. We'll see. It's getting kind of late now, 11:20 here on the East Coast. We'll see. We may fit another one in. We may get some mints and something to drink, and possibly do another video. We'll see. Alrighty, so Dwight Evans up now to lead it to one out here in the Boston 8th. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a couple of strikeouts. And he'll hit a fly ball to Harlow in center for out number 2. So 2 outs now, and we'll leave Bailey in since Flanagan is there. Hopefully we can get, ooh, that'd be nice if we can get a third walk out of Bailey. No. And it'll be a line out to Belanger, so Bailey lines out to end the 8th. Stanley back out there. Crowley leaves it off. 1 for 3 with a double. And the ground out to Scott. Flips it to Stanley for out number 1. Senseis 0 for 2 with an RBI. And he'll hit a double. So runner in scoring position for Mike Anderson. I think Mike Anderson is going to be coming into pinch hit here. And that's a line up to Burleson at short for out number 2. Red Sox will love to keep it a 2-run game, 2-run inning going into the 9th. 2-run game going into the 9th. Pick Dempsey up now. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a single. And Stanley will get him looking. So amazingly, Bob Stanley gets out of an inning without any run scoring. So Flanagan out here for the 9th. Frank Duffy leads it off, 0 for 3 on the day. Now we'll let him. And that's going to be a ground ball to third to Sensei's over to Murray for out number 1. So Duffy has a 0 for 4 day. Brings up the top of the order Burleson. He's 2 for 3 with a double, having a good day. And unfortunately, though, he strikes out swinging. And the Red Sox are down to their last out. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe it. The Yankees came back and beat Detroit 9-8 after trailing 8-2. Well, that's not good. As Reggie Jackson hits his 18th home run for the New York. Hopefully Milwaukee still lost. Yes, they did, 9-5, so that's good. So at least Milwaukee is ahead of the Red Sox, so the Yankees now are going to be a game closer. The Red Sox fall today, which they're 1 out away from doing. But it's not over yet. So Jerry Remy's up now, 2 for 4. He can at least get on and get the tying run up. Now, that will not happen as he'll fly out to Lopez, and that will end the inning, end the game. So Baltimore wins 6-4, and the Red Sox drop another. Now have lost 6 out of their last 7. Ouch. The Red Sox, with the loss, now fall to 45-30. Well behind their pace. I think they're at least 7. I think they're 7 games behind their pace now. I think they won 52 at this point of the season. So Flanagan gets the win. He's 9-7. Pitches 9 complete innings. Well, 9 complete game. 8 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Tiant with the loss, now 4-5. He was actually 7-1 as he did get the loss in the actual season, but well behind his pace. 6 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 6 runs, 5 of them earned. Did not walk a batter and struck out 6. ERA balloons to 5.49 now. So hitting stars for the Orioles: Larry Harlow 2 for 4 with a couple of runs scored. Rich Dower 3 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Bottom of the order was productive for the Orioles: Dempsey 2 for 4 with a run scored, and Belanger 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. For the Red Sox, Burleson 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a couple RBIs. Fisk 2 for 3 with an RBI. And that was pretty much it, as the Red Sox fall to the Orioles by a score of 6-4. And Mr. Brody could not bear to see the end of that game, which I cannot blame him. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from High Ground Gaming, my co-host Mr. Brody, and we will see you in the next 1978 video, which will be a recap of the month of June. So we'll compare the June stats to the actual stats, as well as some individual player stats for the Red Sox and some other select players. And we'll compare and see how the season is going compared to the real life stats. So thank you for joining me. God bless and take care. Bye-bye.